Today I wanted to show you a really simple way to make homemade almond milk. You know, when I go to the store and I go back to the dairy department and I see all the different milks back there, there are several different kinds of plant-based milks that you can buy. There's almond milk, there's oat milk, there's soy milk, all kinds of different varieties. Cashew milk, there's all whole variety of different milks that you can have. But they are really expensive, and I don't know if you've ever looked at the back of the ingredients on those milks, but they are loaded with things that are just additive. They create kind of a thickness, it's a preservative, and we're trying to help you to create an almond milk that is very, very inexpensive, that tastes delicious, that is just simple ingredients, and that is more nourishing to your body. So that's the plan, and it's a really simple process. There's a few things that you're going to need. A high-speed blender is really important with this because almonds are a hard nut, and you want to have a blender that's going to be able to process that work. A regular blender, it may be a little bit too much work for a regular blender, but you can give it a try. I haven't tried, and I don't know how fine it's able to grind up those nuts for you and draw out that goodness out of the almond. But you can give it a try. Let me know down below if you try that with just a regular blender. Let me know. I have a Vitamix. I've also used a Blendtec, and I will tell you, as a plant-based eater, this is one of the best investments that I have ever made. And so I put away a little bit each paycheck because you do end up saving some money. Meat is so expensive right now. And so I ended up saving some money each paycheck until I had enough for me to buy a really high quality blender. And it has been worth its weight in gold, I will tell you what. So the other thing that you're going to need is just some good filtered water. I just get mine out of my tap. I know that there are some people who have filters on their sinks to go with their tap water. And so just some good filtered water is best. Then you're going to want just some almonds, regular almonds. Now, not roasted almonds, nothing with salt on it, nothing with oil, just good old plain almonds. And you can soak these almonds overnight. It softens them up, it pulls kind of the chemical out of it that's in the nut itself. And so people have different opinions as to whether or not to soak your nuts. Sometimes I do. A lot of times I'm just we need some milk in the morning. So I just use regular old nuts most of the time. With your nuts, when you open your package, you are going to want to keep them in your freezer or in your refrigerator. Because of the high fat content in nuts, they can go rancid quite quickly. So keep them in a cool place, a dark place. I've even got some of mine down in my storage room, in my fruit room, where it's dark and cool. And that's okay too. But as soon as you open that package, you want to keep it fresh. And the best way I have found to do that is just to keep it in my freezer. This is a very economical way for you to go. I just get my almonds over at my regular grocery store. They have a big bulk section, and I have found that it's more price effective that way. If you have a Costco around you, Costco has great prices on almonds and walnuts and pecans, and it's more economical that way. And so some good fresh almonds is what you're going to want. And this recipe does not call for a lot of almonds. So you're only looking at a little under a half a cup for 5 cups of milk. And that's not too bad, actually, right? The other thing you're going to need is a medjool date. Now, I know that some people will sweeten their almond milk with some honey, even a little bit of maple syrup. You could use the stevia liquid. I've used that before and added some almond or some vanilla flavor to my milk. But I have found recently that I'm really enjoying the medjool date. It has enough of a sweetness to it because it tastes kind of caramely. So, and a little bit of a vanilla tint to it. So it gives a really nice flavor to the almond milk. So it doesn't take too much, my friends. All right, let's do this thing, okay? All right, in my blender, I've already got 5 cups of filtered water. And to that, I'm going to add my almonds. I've already measured these out, so I've got just under half a cup of almonds. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And my medjool date. Now, if you've got a high-speed blender, it's not going to be necessary for you to cut this out. Just make sure your pit is out, okay? Make sure that when you're buying your medjool dates that you've either got pitted dates that have already taken the pit out, or you make sure you take the pits out, because you do not want any seed in your almond milk, right? Okay, so go ahead and pop that in. Put your lid on and make sure that you're blending this on high. That just is the best way to do it, my friends. Just turn it on high and let it go. You're only going to have to do your blending for about 30 seconds. It does not take a lot of time in order to blend up those nuts in that medjool date. Okay? All right. Let's get this going. Okay, once you have that all blended up, you're going to need a container in order to put your almond milk in. Now, I just picked up a beautiful old pitcher from my thrift store that I really like using. You can use a quart jar if you want, or a regular pitcher, whatever works for you. But what you're going to want to have is you're going to want to have a nut bag. Now, I have found that you can get these on Amazon, and I'll put a link below for that nut bag. The other thing that you can do is you can even just go to a paint store, and they have these bags available at the paint store as well, and they're really, really inexpensive. The thing that I want to tell you about this is you want to turn it inside out. And the reason for that is that if it's right side in, this sewn edge of the bag will collect the pulp of the almonds, and it's a real pain to clean. So I have found that it's just easier. Turn that bag inside out, put it inside of your containers so you can see how big it is here. So you're not going to be able to put it on something super wide like a bowl. You're going to want to have a pitcher, and this is the one I use. And I just take off the top, put my bag inside, and then pour that almond milk into the bag, and it will drain right into your cup, into your pitcher. And I have found that when it's just about done, I need to lift it up just a little bit in order to squeeze the rest of that milk out of the pulp. And then all you're left with is pulp in your bag. Now, I have heard, I have not tried this yet. When I do, I'll let you know, is that you can save your pulp. You can dry it out. You can make crackers out of it. I have not done that myself. I have been saving, but I have not tried a recipe in being able to use that pulp. So when I do, I'll let you know. All right, my friends, I hope that you'll give this a try. You know, it really is super, super simple. It's delicious. It's cost effective for you in this time in our economy where grocery prices have just shot through the roof, right? And this is a really good way for you to be able to have some almond milk. Those very simple ingredients, nothing added to it. Keep it in your fridge. It will last in your fridge for, I don't know, probably 5 days. If it goes bad, it will have kind of a bitter taste to it. So you don't want that. We want good almond milk, right? So make it according to what your needs are. If you've got a big family, you can double that recipe. And if it's just you or your spouse, just one or two of you, then you can even half it if you want. But I have found that making one of these batches once a week is sufficient for my family. And I hope you give it a try. Let me know how it goes.